So we're on to part 5 of Kickstart Your Life Audit, and you'll be so pleased. This is the last part. But this is about connecting to the future. This is one of my favorite things. So we're going to ask 2 questions. What does your future self know, and what do you want to create for your life? So what if your future self already holds the wisdom and answers that you are searching for today? Now, if we connect to our future self and design a life that reflects our values and aspirations, that's going to help us to once again move forward. So this question, what does my future self know? Your future self is wise and knowledgeable, and they just know. Now, one of the ways that I do this is I'll ask a question before I go to sleep, and I stick my journal underneath my pillow. So I'm asking my future self to answer a question or a series of questions when I wake up in the morning. When you're in those first bits of, just coming to, get your journal and start writing. So get into the habit of asking your future self to let you know what the answer is. They've already lived it, and they're coming back to tell us from a place of higher wisdom. Okay, and you do have to trust. So you need to ask a question, and you have to ask the question with the intention of receiving the answer from your future self. So what we're doing here is we're tapping into our intuition and our innate wisdom. And it's that recognition that we already know the answer, but we're going to, we're going to ask this future version of ourselves who's done it all, knows all the answers, and they're going to come back and tell you. So like I say, I do this before I go to sleep, ask the question, let my brain do its whizzy sorting, processing thing while I sleep, and then wait for the morning. So putting your journal under your pillow is kind of symbolic of sleeping on it. And it's a bit of a ritual, if you like. And then, like I say, scribble things in the morning from the perspective that you already know the answer. Now, another thing I do when I'm working with my future self is I've created a room where she is. I know what the windows look like, the style of house, the fireplace. Bizarrely, all the furniture is all kind of like lemony and light. I've got 3 dogs. There's no way I'd have lemon furniture, but everything is bright and beautiful. I love tea and cake. There's tea and cake, and we sit next to each other and we have a conversation. So that's something else that you might like to try. So get connected to the energy of your future self. Use your journal, ask some questions, sleep on it, and see what comes up. I think you'll find it fascinating. And then my last question is what do you want to create for your life? So creation for me is about the future. So we are going to think about what we want to create, and then we're going to design it. So this is quite a powerful thing, because in the act of creation, we are, well, this is how it works for me. When I'm in the act of creation, I put everything else aside, and I'm not limited by anything. I'm completely open to possibilities. Now, I do this in my journal. So I think about something that I want, and I might mind map it, and then it expands and expands and expands, and then I'll reflect on it. I'll go for a walk with the dogs, and then I'll expand it some more, and then I'll sit down and think, right, what can I do with that? So, lots of products and services, for example, that I build start in my journal. They continue on a walk, and then I come back and I explore some more. So creation is about designing something that you want. So that's how I do it. I don't know how you do it. I don't know what creation or creativity and design mean to you, but for me, it's sitting in the energy of creativity. And often what I'll do is I'll breathe into my sacral chakra. I'll just sit there with my hands on my lower belly and think about what I want to create, and stuff will come into my head, and then I go to my journal, and then I mind map, and then I go for a walk, and then I journal some more, and then I start to plot it and plan it and reflect some more. So creation for me is not a one-time event. It is about lots of iterations on the original idea. And when we design and create what is right for us, we are absolutely setting ourselves up for success because we're doing it from here. Yeah. And then when we get clear about what that looks, feels, whatever like, then we can start taking some really active steps towards, getting whatever it is. So creation and designing our lives helps us to control our destiny. We're setting ourselves up for possibilities. You can't just sit and do it in a one-time thing. You have to reflect and let it come in and ask your future self. It's about tapping into your imagination and trusting that you know how to design your life your way. So, what do you want to create? How will you feel when you've created it? And more importantly, who will you be? I hope you've enjoyed this series. If you just caught this one, there are several others. You can find me, I'm Dale, you can find me at daledarley.com, and subscribe, hit the bell, share in the comments, ask questions, and let's start thinking about how we create what we want for our future by asking our future selves and getting into the power of creation.